All right. Welcome to the Worst of the Best podcast.
Thank you, Ryan. Are we streaming?
We are live, and we're good to go.
Welcome to the Worst of the Best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it! So here's what you get. From Canada, Ryan and Ruban.
This is going to be an interesting conversation. Was that a yawn, or were you just opening your mouth?
It was both.
Okay.
I knew that the video was on, and I had a yawn.
That was legit yawn.
It is really. It's only up from here.
Okay. All right. Well, this is really exciting to talk about today's topic. Let's just get right into it because we're going to have a lot to talk about. Michael Cohen testified before Congress a couple Wednesdays ago. He is the disgraced former attorney to President Donald Trump.
Okay.
And before this statement or this document was leaked to the press before his testimony to Congress.
Okay. I guess everybody knows who Michael Cohen is now. But maybe not everybody listening knows the podcast.
Oh, yeah, Ruben, sorry. Go ahead and explain what our podcast is, and then we'll get into our topic.
We just find a list of some type that's the best. And then we decide what's the worst from the best.
That's right.
That's it.
Today's topic in the article that we drew from was from the 10 most jaw-dropping lines or quotes from Michael Cohen's leaked testimony.
According to the HuffPost.
According to the HuffPost. Now, there's a couple disclaimers that I think we should make.
Please go ahead.
We're not political experts.
No.
For all we know, Trump is doing the best job in the world in the United States right now.
Sure.
So for our Trump supporter listeners who are Trump supporters, I congratulate you on a successful presidential run that your President Trump, or if you're a fan of his, that he's doing for the country. So congratulations.
Mega.
Yeah, mega.
Hashtag mega.
For those who are not Trump supporters, I apologize that he is your president.
He's not my president.
He's not my president.
Because we're Canadian.
That's right. But I just want to make it clear this is not necessarily a political podcast, and the statements that we're going to read that Michael Cohen talks about Trump, you could say, well, it's just slander.
Perhaps.
It's all lies.
Perhaps.
This is a guy that worked with Trump for 10 years as his lawyer.
Sure, what would he know?
He probably wouldn't know anything.
Nothing.
He was a personal representative of Donald Trump. And
J.
Sorry.
You know what the J stands for?
Not Junior.
Jethro.
Jethro. Really?
No, sorry. It's Jumanji.
It's Jumanji. Okay. So here we go.
Jerome Trump.
Okay, here we go.
What did Cohen say?
I always want to make sure that we don't have any listeners right now. That's fine.
That checks out.
Everything is as it should be. We have no live listeners. I just want to make sure that's the case. But, sometimes we get people watching the actual live broadcast. Do you want to pull it up on your... I'll get you to pull it up on yours, Ruben. Okay, sure. So here we go. This is the 10 most jaw-dropping quotes or lines from Michael Cohen's leaked testimony. I will read the first one, and Ruben and I will alternate with each other. So keep in mind, this is in Michael Cohen's voice. This is what he feels he experienced.
I understand.
It could all be lies.
It can all be lies.
And for those Trump supporters, we know that Trump never lies. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure those who are Trump supporters will find that everything Cohen says is not true. So here we go. So this is in the voice of Mr. Cohen. And if there is cursing, we don't curse on the show, so I'll just replace it with a PG curse. Michael Cohen said that Trump once asked me if I could name a country run by a black person that wasn't a crap hole. This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States. While we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented that only black people could live that way. And he told me that black people would never vote for him because they were too stupid. Is Cohen lying? We don't know.
Who knows?
We can only speculate.
Something to Google.
You could Google and do your own research.
No, I'm saying something to Google.
Sorry.
Is the federal case against Mr. Trump that he lost for not renting to black people.
Oh, weird.
In I think it was 1978.
Okay.
So around that time. So he's been federally prosecuted and found guilty of...
Not renting out to black renters?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, interesting. But it's just Cohen's word against...
Yeah.
Okay. Ruben, you want to read the next one?
Trump has a very low opinion of his eldest son, Donald Jr. Mr. Trump had frequently told me and others that his son, Don Jr., had the worst judgment of anyone in the world, and also that Don Jr. would never set up a meeting of any significance alone, and certainly would not without checking with his father.
Okay.
Okay, whether you're a Trump supporter or not, this checks out, right?
Yeah. So Mr. Trump thinks low of his son, Donald Trump Jr., his eldest son, which is interesting. He's the handsome son. That kind of checks out.
Or just the most handsome?
He's more handsome than the other one. The other one is, I forget his name, the Gollum Trump? Father. Mr. Trump claimed it was because of a bone spur.
Sure.
This is regarding him dodging service in Vietnam. So Mr. Trump claimed it was because of a bone spur, but when I asked for medical records, he gave me none and said there was no surgery. He told me not to answer the specific questions by reporters, but rather offer simply the fact that he received a medical deferment. He finished the conversation with the following comment: "You think I'm stupid? I wasn't going to Vietnam." That doesn't check out. I don't think that checks out.
Yeah.
Sorry. So remember, our listeners, as we are saying these quotes from the mouth of Michael Cohen, his personal attorney and lawyer for over 10 years, say to yourself, does this sound like something he may say?
He seems like a very brave man. He's wanted to get his hands dirty and be a team player. And
Sure. Ruben, do you want to read the next one?
The title is "Trump is not a patriot."
Oh,
and the
wow.
quote is, "The sad fact is that I've never heard Mr. Trump say anything in private that led me to believe that he loved our nation or wanted to make it better. In fact, he did the opposite. When telling me in 2008 that he was cutting employees' salaries in half, including mine, he showed me what he claimed was a $10 million IRS tax refund. And he said that he could not believe how stupid the government was for giving someone like him that much money back."
A couple things here. I believe that the government can make stupid mistakes, so that's easy to believe. I find it easy to believe that maybe somebody like Trump could benefit from the government making IRS mistakes and capitalizing on those mistakes.
Was it a mistake? For me, what I gleaned from it is that it was probably done lawfully, but perhaps not ethically.
Oh, okay. So it was lawful. It wasn't illegal, but it wasn't of pure intent.
But I think the idea is that Trump's looking out for number one.
That's weird. So Trump, quote, reveled in refusing to pay his bills. One of the more common responsibilities was that Mr. Trump directed me to call business owners, many of whom were small businesses, that were owed money for their services, and told them no payment or a reduced payment would be coming. When I advised Mr. Trump of my success, he actually reveled in it.
Well, there's lots of people that have claimed that he's been shortchanged by Mr. Trump.
Yeah, this has been a common... Again, everyone could be lying. Ruben,
is everybody else?
Everyone is lying, but
Yeah.
okay. Just trying to appease our Trump listeners, supporter listeners.
Sure.
We understand that everyone, including Mr. Cohen, could be lying, and it's only Trump that's telling the truth. So we don't want to make sure that we don't get sued for slander by Mr. Trump.
He would never do such a thing.
No, he doesn't sue anybody. Trump knew about Roger Stone and WikiLeaks. Okay. Should be interesting. In July 2016, days before the Democratic convention, I was in Mr. Trump's office.
You were?
No, again, this is in the voice of Mr. Cohen.
Right. Thanks.
So, I, Mr. Cohen, was in Trump's office when his secretary announced that Roger Stone was on the phone. Mr. Trump put Mr. Stone on the speakerphone. Mr. Stone told Mr. Trump that he had just gotten off the phone with Julian Assange, and that Mr. Assange told Mr. Stone that within a couple days, there would be a massive dump of emails that would damage Hillary Clinton's campaign. Mr. Trump responded by stating to the effect of, "Wouldn't that be great?" Now, I'll say this much about Mr. Cohen here. If he's lying about everything he's saying right now, he sure is getting the voice and the feel of...
He could write fan fiction.
Yeah, Trump fan fiction.
Yeah.
Trump slander fan fiction. He sure certainly get the voice and character that I perceive.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
There's another title, one of Cohen's biggest regrets, lying to Melania Trump. Quote, "He asked me to pay off an adult film star." I thought it wasn't a child film star.
Yeah, it was an adult film star.
Okay. Whom he had an affair. Oh, I'm even more glad. And to lie to his wife about it, which I did. Lying to the First Lady is one of my biggest regrets. She's a kind, good person. I respect her greatly. And she did not deserve that.
Again, if Mr. Cohen is lying, that's a huge lie. To say publicly, hey, the president paid off, what's her name, Summers? Donna Summers? What's her name again?
Yeah, I think it's Donna Summers.
It's Donna Summers, yeah. The adult star Donna Summers. what I'm getting at, he is swearing that this happened.
Well,
but if he's lying, that's a big thing to lie about the president saying, I paid off and lied to, because Melania could easily come out and say, oh, no, my husband's never done this.
Has she ever defended?
I don't know. If Mr. Cohen is lying about lying to the First Lady, that could easily be redacted by the First Lady. She could come forward and say, oh, Mr. Cohen has never done this to me. He's always told me the truth. He's never lied about paying off Donna Summers.
Donna Summers.
All right, Ruben, ready for the next one?
I am. Both physically, emotionally,
and Stormy Daniels. I don't. I know it's not Donna Summers. I just knew there was an S in the name.
Trump repaid Stormy Daniels hush money with personal checks. Quote, I'm providing a copy of a $35,000 check that President Trump personally signed from his personal bank.
Bank 14 account.
Bank 14 account? Oh, wow. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many bank accounts do you have?
I have one bank account. Yeah. And it's shared with my wife.
So it's really half an account.
So it's really half an account.
On August 1st, 2017, when he was president of the United States, pursuant to the cover-up, which was the basis of my guilty plea, to reimburse me, the word used by Mr. Trump's TV lawyer, that means Rudy Giuliani.
Okay. For
the illegal hush money I paid on his behalf. The $35,000 check was one of 11 check installments that was paid throughout the year while he was president. The President of the United States thus wrote a personal check for the payment of hush money as a part of a criminal scheme to violate campaign finance laws.
Lies! Oh, lies!
He only has the paper trail and his signature to...
Oh... Mr. Cohen, you should be ashamed of yourself, slandering the President of the United States this way.
So what does he get to gain?
This is hard for him, I would assume. I would assume he is going to be attacked, and his life is going to be opened up, and he's already admitted he has lied, and he is ready to... My understanding, he is ready to face his own past to do this.
The upside is jail.
Yeah.
Being disbarred.
Sure.
Never working again as a lawyer.
Well, I don't think he's ever working for Trump again. Long story short... There was 11 check installments for the amount of $35,000 a month to keep Stormy Daniels quiet.
Crazy.
Cohen warns Trump, I'm not your fixer anymore. So here we come to the end of his tenure with Trump. He says, for those who question my motives for being here today, I understand I have lied, but I'm not a liar. I have done bad things, but I'm not a bad man. I have fixed things, but I'm no longer your fixer, Mr. Trump.
Wow. Well worded.
Well, we're all guilty of telling lies, Ruben, or doing bad things, and that's true. This doesn't define your whole character forever in your life if you've made mistakes, but sometimes... No, I shouldn't say. We promise we were not taking any sides on this podcast. That's not our intent. All we're doing is literally stating
what he said.
What Mr. Cohen said. We are not necessarily saying that we agree or disagree. We don't know. I don't know anymore. This could literally be Michael Cohen telling complete fabrication to slander Trump at his own cost of his life, or there's some truth to it, or it's just really all true. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess this is the last... I'm not too sure what this one means, really.
Well, before, it was always referred to as individual one.
In his testimonies? Yeah. Okay, I figured that.
And so he's just clarifying individual one is President Donald
Jethro
Jackson Trump.
Jackson Trump. Okay. Well, there you go, Ruben. Those are the most jaw-dropping lines from Michael.
Most jaw-dropping.
From his leaked testimony. And now, you could argue, these are the best. These are the best stuff. These are the most... headline-grabbing information that was leaked from his testimony, from his leaked testimony.
Which one's the worst one?
So which one's the worst? Now, what would be your criteria for the worst? The one that's the most boring? So what's your criteria for worst?
I think the worst attribute of Donald Jesse Trump.
If these were indeed true, let's grade it on the scale that if these were indeed true.
Yeah.
So we're just pretending, everybody, that these are true.
Yeah.
And if they're true... Which one is the most, like, I wouldn't want to have this said about me, maybe, in a weird way?
Sure.
Okay, which one?
The Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
Vietnam was a dishonest war.
Sure, Vietnam wasn't an honest war. The last honest war was...
World War II.
World War II. So, Vietnam has his own issues that we're not getting into, but fine, he didn't want to fight in Vietnam. He doesn't like his son. He's not that fond of his own country, his own government.
You know what? I think I'm going to change my answer.
Oh, please.
Being a racist.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I think that's the worst.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's... it was the first one that we read, and I forgot about it.
The worst thing I could do to my family would be something with Stormy Daniels.
Sure.
But even beyond that...
Or Donna Summers.
The worst thing, actually, if my family knew that I was a racist...
Yeah, I mean, if we make mistakes in marriage, those things can even be rectified.
Yeah.
But just Trump said that he told me that people that lived in a struggling neighborhood like Chicago, black people would never vote for him because they were too stupid.
Yeah.
And only black people could live that way in a poor place.
Yeah.
And he also said that a black president isn't in charge of any successsible country. And this was during the time of Barack Obama.
Yeah.
But this
refers to the United States.
But again, we're just under the idea that this is all true.
Maybe it was more of an optimistic way. Like it was like half good.
How do you figure?
Because Barack Obama lineage is
right.
Caucasian, half African American.
So 1 4-year term, he did a good job. 1 4-year term.
It wasn't half bad.
Yeah, he wasn't half bad. All right, well, that's it for today. Remember, in front of every silver lining, there's a cloud, and we're here to help you find it. Thanks for watching. Give us a review on iTunes and all that good stuff, and thank you guys.
I think we missed some.
Just wait 1 sec.